change the thumbnail. I'll just use the breaking news one. All right, guys, we are back in here with some exciting news. The document that I've been sitting on is now out. I thought I had some extra time to do it, and I didn't do it, but whatever. It's basically just Rob had it, and I guess he went ahead. Well, I guess okay. So it's listed on Court Listener now, but this document has been circulating. I've had it, and I'm pretty sure other people had it as well. I don't think I'm the only one to have it. I just called Michael Cargill. He didn't answer the phone.
Probably because it's ringing off the hook.
No, probably. I don't know. I talked to him last night, though. Michael Cargill is, we are going to have him just come on with us now, but he didn't answer the phone. He's probably busy. All right. So basically, what we are looking at here, and Rich, keep an eye on the chat. I'm only running Run Monitor right now.
Okay.
Let me just switch over here. This should look a little bit better. This is Michael Cargill versus Merrick Garland. This is the motion to stay briefing. Basically, okay, this is what's going on, right? And I know this because I have sources. And
sorcerers or sources?
Sources, like really good sources.
Okay.
I gave you a heads up on this as well, but unfortunately, I didn't film a video. I filmed another video. I was going to film this one tonight, but whatever. Do it live. Okay, so basically, the government is filing an appeal to, or filing what's called a writ or certiorari, a writ of cert or certiorari, which I had to work on a long time to be able to say it correctly. Hold on.
Breaking news. Or breaking news.
Hold on.
This could be
Michael, this is John Crump. Give me a call back. The government did file their pre-filing, so just letting you know. All right. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay. So they are filing by Thursday. In the Supreme Court. What they are going to do is they're going to ask for a couple different things. They're going to ask the Supreme Court to stay the decision.
What? So, all right, the Circuit Court had a decision. Now, this is the bump stock decision.
Yeah, there was an en banc, which means the full Fifth Circuit heard the en banc, and they ruled that that the district judge should fine for Cargill and Joe Biden, and also issue relief. As it was a 13-3 decision. What happened was the district court found for Cargill, but didn't issue any relief and just closed the case. The Justice Department has asked SCOTUS to stay, asking SCOTUS, they're going to on Thursday. I guess it's out of the bag. It's happening on Thursday. We've known that for a while. In fact, I think I just recently told Rich. So you could have a video already. I told Jared too, by the way, and Paul from Legally Armed America. Whatever. Rich, your channel isn't. It looks like it's live. So
it looks like it's live. I'm just checking on my phone.
Okay, so they're going to ask the Supreme Court to file a writ of certiorari. The chances of the Supreme Court taking the Cargill case is extremely likely, like 90% likely. And the
Really?
reason why is that there is a split in the circuits, like a big split. The sixth was an 8-8 tie, but so the decision went back
8-8?
yeah,
8? You didn't say 8-8.
8-8. So it went back
We all know
down
what 8-8 means.
to the district judge, and the district judge decided, the district judge's decision stood, and he ruled against the case. That was the GOA case. Then the opposition case, which was in the 10th, that was the firearms policy case. Firearms policy lost that case, so it's for the en banc, and the 10th ruled against Firearms Policy Coalition. I have no idea what you're talking about. So what happened was the Firearms Policy Coalition lost that. So then you had the Cargill case, which Michael Cargill sued, which Michael Cargill, for reasons the government really can't attack him as of a lot of things. He falls into a lot of protected classes. Really, really cool guy. But he won 13-3. So now there is a split. There's two separate live streams running?
Yeah, mine and yours.
Oh, okay. Now there is a split. And the split means that the Supreme Court is more likely than not to take the case.
Now, what time frame? Is it going to be in the next session? Is it going to be a year from now?
Probably in the next session.
Mm-hmm.
Or the session after that. It's not going to be 2-3 years. It's going to be relatively quickly. And it's going to be very interesting to see what the court says, because you have to remember they're not suing, basically they're not doing like a Second Amendment case. They're doing a violation of the Administrative Procedures Act, an APA case. This is the bump stock case. So,
right. So let me give the summary. Tell me if I have it right. So Cargill in the 5th District won, meaning that bump stocks are legal. But in the 10th District Court, Firearms Policy Coalition lost, meaning bump stocks are not legal. So now
in the 6th,
ATF,
it was a tie, which defaulted down
in the 6th district, it was a tie. Okay, so we have
defaulted down to the district judge's decision, and he ruled that that there was no violation.
So now the ATF is appealing Cargill to the Supreme Court.
Yes, they're petitioning the Supreme Court. It's not an appeal; it's a petition.
Okay.
You always hear people talk about appealing to the Supreme Court. You petition the Supreme Court. You file what's called a writ of certiorari. A writ of cert. And the Supreme Court can grant the writ, or they can reject the writ.
And because it's multiple district courts having conflicted outcomes on this, that it's very likely that the Supreme Court would give a decision on this.
Correct.
So that's all right. So Vic Diaz is asking most likely affect FRT 15s as well.
No, not at all. 100%.
So the 100% no, but
the issue with the FRT 15s is that the ATF claims that bump stocks, they had to kind of change the definition of a machine gun to make it fit. They're claiming that the FRT-15 and the FRTs fall into the definition of a machine gun as defined in the NFA. So this wasn't a rule change. The bump stock thing was banned via rule change. They're saying the FRT are banned because they're machine guns. They've always been machine guns. So I don't agree with that, but that's what the ATF is claiming. So that wasn't done through a rule change. The bump stock thing was done through a rule change, and that's where they're claiming that they violated the Administrative Procedures Act. This could have a big impact, though, on pistol braces, which I have one back here. Pistol braces. And where's my hell? I got a polymer 80 around here somewhere, too.
Be careful. Be careful what you do.
I got looking through my gun stuff, my box of gun stuff here. Whatever.
You have a box of gun stuff too?
What?
You have a box of gun stuff too?
Yeah, I was doing some stuff.
I got a box of Glock.
Yeah, and also like unfinished frames and receivers. So this can have a big impact on that, but I do not see it have a big impact on the FRT thing, because the government is claiming that they're claiming a different thing with FRT. They're claiming that they don't have to change a rule because it always was a machine gun under the NFA. Suppressors wouldn't. There was no rule on suppressors. This is not going to affect suppressors either.
So the APA, the Administrative Procedures
Act, was a law of Congress saying how
agencies like the ATF
can apply rules.
And what it says, the APA in summary basically says it would have to apply the least restrictive interpretation on the people.
Yeah, if the it's the rule of litany. So basically, you're talking about the rule of litany, and the rule of litany basically says it has to be the least restrictive, interpretation to the people, to the people's rights. Which, determining a bump stock, interpreting that as a machine gun, kind of like violates the rule of litany, because that's not the least, the least restrictive.
Right. Prior to brewing, you might interpret that as a two-step process, and
the two-step process is interest balancing. That is balancing. The interest of the state versus the people's rights. That's not a thing anymore. That will not come up at all.
That's pretty amazing.
That's not a thing anymore. In fact, footnote 11 of the Bruin decision, which what is it? Four Box Diner did a video on. I also have an article on it where it said that any type of court case that can be interpreted in multiple different ways will always be interpreted as favorable to the Second Amendment.
Wow.
Yeah. Four Box Designer did an excellent video on it, and I broke it down in a article just because, not all people read that. And
so Chamber Defense is asking for a replay. So basically, there have been split decisions in district courts, the 5th, the 6th, and the 10th. So 5th saying that, hey, bump stocks are legal, 10th saying bump stocks aren't legal, and the 6th saying, we're split half and half, we can't figure it out. So there is a writ of certiorari filed.
It's going to be filed. It's not so filed yet. It's going to be filed by Thursday, and I was told that it was going to be filed on Thursday.
And this news broke a little early, so we don't have videos ready. So we're going live with this information right now.
Yeah, if I knew somebody else was going to break it, I would have broke it.
So, John, did you send this video out to your YouTube channel? Because I'm wondering if other media outlets would like to pick this up. I mean, your Twitter.
No, I can. I will. I'm going. I will resend Rob's because Rob was the guy that actually broke it. Hey, hold on. This is Michael Cargill.
Ooh.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? They said that they're filing by Thursday. They did a pre-filing, so they're going to file by Thursday. So we'll still get it on Thursday, but it's definitely yeah. So it's definitely happening on Thursday. No, not yet, not yet. That they just they just put out that they're filing. So I've yeah, they did like a pre-filing. So well the what was released was just a copy of the case.
All right, I just muted John. So this is not before SCOTUS. So a writ of certiorari is going to be filed on Thursday, and what that means is that they're announcing that they're going to petition the Supreme Court to look at this case because the Fifth Circuit said yay to bump stocks, the 10th said nay, 10 whatever, and the Sixth Circuit had a split decision, and it was 8-8, which we all know what 8-8 means. So, to a country with separate areas of government action, a state dividing and being divided into parts. So, yeah, when you have multiple circuit courts having different decisions, the Supreme Court is very likely to pick up the case and step in on it. And I did mute John just because he's having a conversation. We could hear some bleed over the phone, and I wanted to answer some of the questions. And do tell 8-8. So, oh gosh, all right. 8-8. Who was the imbecile that pointed it out? Eighth letter of the alphabet is H. And double eights means H. And we all know that 8-8 means Heil Hitler. So some Democrat operative was saying that Trump was having the flags raised from half-mast of normal on 8-8, and that this is a dog whistle. And my dog whistle receptive capabilities are obviously in a great deficit. I've never heard a dog whistle. But the left claims that there's all sorts of dog whistles. And, Donald Trump, even though his daughter converted to Judaism and Jared Kushner is Jewish, they're saying, he's anti-Semitic, even though he moved the embassy to Israel, which every president has said they would do. But he did it and signed 3 peace treaties with the Israelis in the Middle East. But he's anti-Semitic. Hence, 8-8. I'm just looking if I can find something on the internet about the 8-8 dog whistle. Let's see. Okay. Here it is. So, is it? Yeah, it's Frank Figgese. So, this is August 6, 2019. Frank Figgese's on, I don't know if it's CNN. Uh-oh, is Crumpy online? Crump, you're on mute.
Okay, guys, we have a special guest. Are you there, Michael?
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
This is Michael Cargill of Cargill versus Garland, and he has a quote that he's going to give us about the government going to file.
That's right. We're looking forward to the government filing our case, appealing our case to the United States Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. I'm looking so forward to this because the Cargill v. Garland case will be the case that protects all Americans. This is not about bump stocks. It's about all cases that are going forward. It's about the brace case, to stop the ATF. This case will be the case that protects anywhere from 10 to 40 million Americans from becoming felons overnight. So the Cargill v. Garland case is the most important case of our lifetime.
Yes, exactly. We actually talked about that how this is going to have a rippling effect. And I also talked about how you really, really want to beat the government.
Yes, in everything.
Yeah, so you want to beat the government, and you believe that the government is way overstepping their boundaries. So I think,
and that's why this case is very important, because it's going to do just that. It's going to put the ATF, the Department of Justice, back in that little box they need to be in, and we need to start getting on the offensive with a lot of these things. So that's why we're filing, other lawsuits to go right behind this one. But we have to have the Cargill v. Garland lawsuit go forward all the way to the Supreme Court. Let Supreme Court hear this case, rule on this case. Hopefully they decide in our favor. They decide in our favor, then boom, all the chips will fall in place like they should.
Yeah, you have a really good organization standing behind you too.
So we have there's several organizations. We have NCLA,
which is a great organization.
Civil Liberties Alliance. Right, they're standing strong behind me. Definitely go to their website, ncla.org, and check them out. Also, Texas Public Policy Foundation here in Texas that's standing behind me as well. So I've merged together with I will get together with whoever I can get together with, because it's about our rights, our Second Amendment rights, and it's about us going after the government, putting the government back into that box they need to be put back into.
Yeah, and they need to be put back into that box massively, because owning a bump stock, they can't just change law like they did. They can't just change the definition. And if they do change, and if they do reinterpret a rule, it has to be reinterpreted in the direction of the people, not the government's interest. But that's just what I think. I could be wrong. All right, Michael. Thank you so much for giving us a comment, man.
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct. And thank you for having me on this short notice. But I love coming on and talking about guns. I love talking about, going after the government and protecting ourselves as civilians. We shouldn't be afraid of our government. Our government should be afraid of us. And that is what it's all about. This is about standing up against the government and letting them know that, we're not afraid of the government, and we will come after the government as well.
Yeah, we're going to have you on our regular podcast, which is an hour long. My producer is actually on the show with me right now. I'll get your information over to him, and he'll schedule you on John Crump Live so we can learn more about you. This is just a little quick video just to let everyone know what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right. You have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Michael. That was Michael Cargill.
Wow. Pretty cool.
We are the first to get a comment from him.
That's cool.
So
yeah, I'm looking forward to the fight. Just as Michael stated, he's looking forward to the fight, and I can't see with the Bruin decision how the Supreme Court would decide any different. Now we just gotta send Clarence Thomas an exercise bike.
Yeah, you know what we should do? We should have Dick Heller, Michael Cargill, and Rhonda Ezel on one show.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That
do
would be a
channel
good
show.
one.
I think that
That'd
would
be a
be
gangster show.
unfortunately McDonald passed away, so we can't have him. But we'll have like the three surviving biggest cases in Second Amendment history, the plaintiffs on, and one thing. I think that would be awesome.
Heck yeah!
What do you guys think? You think it'd be cool? But yeah. So I think we're gonna do that, Rich.
Okay, let's make it so.
I just happen to have all their phone numbers. Just drop a name. No, Rhonda's a sweet person. Dick is an awesome guy.
We all like
Michael's a great guy too. But yeah, that's it. So can get David Hogg for comic relief. I can try. Actually, he released a video of him shooting shotguns. And he talked about how much
released. Really?
Yeah, he talked about how much he likes shooting shotguns.
Hogg.
David Hogg. He did it to prove that he's not anti-gun.
Yes, just like Obama.
Yeah, basically, it was the same thing. His form looked terrible.
So, can we play the Chris Rock video?
No.
No.
The dude that they'll claim that like
he shoots. All right, so go to Twitter. Take a look at Kid Rock's Twitter. He shoots a couple of cases.
Kid Rock, where he's shooting.
Kid Rock.
Yeah, let's say that for like I know what you're talking about. Let's say that for I want to keep wearing John Crump alive, and I want to keep John Crump alive strictly guns.
Okay. Well, this is guns. He's shooting MP5 full auto.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. All right.
Okay.
That's
see you in 45
guys.
minutes.
We'll see you guys on John Crump Live. If you guys don't follow us on John Crump Live, what the hell are you doing? John Crump Live, John Crump Live, John Crump Live. Just youtube.com/John Crump Live. We'll be talking constitutional carry light. If I put light in there.
Not Bud Light, but constitutional carry light with Luis Valdez of the GOA.
Yeah. So stop by and say hi, and we'll see you guys at 5. I'm gonna go play a couple rounds of Call of Duty.
I gotta do dishes.
That's awesome. All right. See ya. Oh, sorry.
Click the end broadcast.